Hey everyone, Nitesh this side. Hope you're doing well. So let's start with the question. So the question is partition labels. Okay. So you are given a string S and we want to partition the string into as many part as possible. Okay. So that each letter appears in at most one part. Got it? Not that the partition is done so that after concatenating all the part in order, the resultant string should be S. Okay, so you have to return a list of integer representing the size of this part. Okay, so you have given a string and you have to partition the string in such a manner that the element that are present in one partition should not be present in the other partition. Okay, and if you combine these three partition, your resultant string should be former as that the original string. Okay, let's understand with an example. Okay, so let's take this example. Okay, so we have given a string s and we want to partition it. Okay, so if you can see this string, this from here to here. So this is your a b c b a c a. Okay, after this, if you see left like the rest of string, the element that is present in this string is not present after like a rest of string. Okay, so this is one of the possible partition. We can also take this also, so we have this one also, the second partition. You can say d e f e g d e, and the rest is this is I, basically h I j, again h k l I j. Okay, so if you see like any element from, like let's say this d is not present in a also, and it is not also present in this rest, the other partition also. So you have to divide the string as that, as it is, like you have to divide in that manner so that the resultant character or the partition string character will not present in each of or other partition. Okay, let's take this example. So if you can see the length for this, so this is 9, this is 7, this is 8, so we need to just return, insert the length of this partition, and we just need to return that output. Okay, if you see for this example, you can see e, and then e is also come here, so we need a bigger string from here also, then c will also take the bigger. So for this we can't basically divide, so this is the overall length of the string. Okay, so let's see how we can approach this question. Okay, so let's take this example and see how we can approach the question. So if you know, like the output for this first partition is this. Okay, like how this is the first partition, because you know like a will be start from here and you got the ending position of a after, or if you compare the b position, like it's under this range only. Okay, so if you can calculate the length for this is 9, and after if you like calculate the b range, b also lies inside it, so b only lies inside it. Similarly, if you compare for c, so c also lies at here only, so that's why we just come here and we do the partition at this point. Similarly, if you see for d also, d only come at here. Okay, you can say like we can give the partition as d e f g d, but e is also one possible, like it's say like e also come in the next partition, so we need to take that, so that's why we just come at this point. Okay, so like by seeing the output, what we can analyze is we need the end position of every character. Okay, so for the a, if we calculate the end position, like a first position is this, then the second is this, then the third is this, then fourth. So we'll take the index for each and every element. So similarly we'll take for b. Okay, so for b it is 5. Okay, let's write down for all. Okay, so we have calculated the last index of every element. Okay, so this we have calculated. Okay, so now let's see how we can use this, because from the question or the input we got to know like a should be, if a will be, if we take a in any string, so the end character will also lies in that range only. Okay, so what we will do, we'll take two variable. Okay, so we will do a start which will start from 0, and a last also. Okay, so let's iterate from start. Okay, so we will start from here, and every time what we will do, we will calculate the last index of each and element. Okay, and whenever our last index reaches to that position, like let's say for a, I know the last index is 8, so whenever my current index reaches to this point, I know like I got the maximum or the partition string. After that I don't have to take any other character, so I will just take this length from here. After this we'll move further. Okay, so let's start from here. So what we will do, we will go by here. Every time we will update our last. Okay, so for this we calculate the ath last index. So last index for a is 8. Okay, so we will, every time we will update our last, so last will now become 8. We'll move further, and whenever our last reaches to the current index, we'll do something. Okay, so we calculate for b also. So for b, last index is 5. We will take the maximum one only, so 8 will be stay. We'll move further. We'll come at here. For again we calculate for a, it is 8, so it's remain at 8. Okay, we'll move further. So for b it's 5, so we'll move further. So for c it is 7, but our last already has the maximum, so we'll stay at here. We'll move further. For b it's 5, so we'll not update. For a it is already 8. For c, for this we got the 7, but last is already 8, so we'll move further. Now we again update our last remain the same as 8. Now at this position what is happen, our last is equal to I, like I is the current, you can say current pointer. So whenever your current pointer is equal to last, you got your partition string. Okay, so what you will do, you will calculate the difference between the last and the start. Okay, so you will do difference, or you will do length, basically last minus start, and the index is from 0, so you will do +1 also. Okay, so if you calculate for this case, your last length will be last minus start, it is 8, minus start is 0, and you will do plus, so this is 1. Okay, and you will insert this into our list. Let's take our list. So this is empty, so you will insert this length, basically list dot add this length. Okay, so you will add this length, so this is 9, you will insert it, and you will, after this your start will not point at here because you take this string already, so your start should point at here. Okay, so what you will do, you will update your start. So start will become basically your last +1. So start will now point to, you can say it is pointing to now 9. This will now point to 9, and your last will again become 0, so it will start from 0. Okay, so we'll solve from here. So we'll come at here, we again calculate the last for d. So for d it is 14, it is at here, so we'll update our last. So last will now become 14. Okay, we'll move further. We'll see for e. For e the last is 15, so we'll update our last will now become 15, and we'll move further. Okay, so we'll check for f. The last index is already 11, so we'll not update it. We'll move further. For e again it's 15, we remain at this point. We'll move further. For g it is 13, so we'll not do anything. For d it is again 14, so we'll not update. Now we'll come at e. So e, this is 15, and our last index is now equal to I. So as you can see, our I is now pointing to 15 index. So what we will do, we will calculate the length. So again we'll calculate length equal to 15 minus start. So start is now is 9 plus 1. Okay, so if you do 15 minus 9 is 6 plus 1, that is 7. So you will update, you will insert it into the list, and you will update your start from here. Okay, so start will now point to 16. Similarly you will do for further process, and for this range you will got a length of 8, and you will insert it. Okay, It's pretty simple, like an implementation question. So let's write the code for this. Okay, so let's take a list of integer of list equal to new array list, and we have to return this list. Okay, so first step is to create a last index array, which like only smaller letter allowed. So let's take a 26 size array. We'll loop over the string. Okay, let's do from indexing wise. I plus plus. Let's take the current character, and what we will do, last of c minus a equal to I. So we have take the last index. So we have created a last array. Now we'll do the processing over this. So let's do it like this. Okay, we'll take two variables, int last equal to 0 and start equal to 0. So first step is to always update your last math dot max last, and you can say okay, let's give this a generic name, last index. So we will do last index c minus a. So this will point to the that current character last index. Whoever is maximum, update the last, and whenever your last reaches to I, what you have to do, you have to calculate the length. So length will be last minus start plus 1, and you will insert that into the list, and after that you just update your start. I think we have done with the code, so let's run it. Okay, so before running this, let's we have taken a ith variable which we don't declare, so let's convert this into a normal for loop. I plus plus char c equal to s dot char at I. Now let's run it. Okay, so this is accepted. Let's submit it. So as you can see, our code is submitted. The time complexity is basically we are doing a twice, basically a single loop over 2 times on the string length. So this is order of n, you can say, and the space we take 26 size array. So that's a constant space we take. Hope you like it. Thank you for watching my video, and do join the Telegram group if you have any doubt and any concern. Thank you.